All right, Joe Biden and Donald Trump have been engaged in some spirited mano-a-mano, towel-snapping trash talk. It started on Friday while the vice president was campaigning in Pennsylvania. And over the past few days, well, see for yourself.
The press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
I'll get myself in trouble and say something like I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. I want to make it clear, I understand what assault is. I'm not in high school. If I were in high school, I used to have a temper in high school. I don't have a temper anymore. Nothing ever bothers me. Look, folks, no.
Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy.
The point I was making is he is trying to dumb down. He's insulting everybody in the neighborhoods I come from and the people who play ball. And that was the point I was trying to make. This is just absolutely unacceptable behavior, period.
So, Mark, Joe Biden started this fight, and he keeps stoking it. Finally got Trump to respond yesterday, so he's still on it. So what's Joe Biden's game here?
I think it's 50% like Elizabeth Warren, like Hillary Clinton to some extent. He likes getting under Trump's skin and provoking Trump and trying to put the focus on Trump. But I think it's 50% Joe Biden doesn't back down. And having made the first remark probably off the top of his head, he's just not inclined to back down, particularly that after Trump basically came back at him.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubt that for a Democratic side that has wanted to paint Trump with the brush of not temperamentally fit to be president, they're always trying to provoke him and push him and get him to lash out in some way to keep making their point that he shouldn't be in the Oval Office. But I agree with you. You know, we talked to Biden about this a little bit when we were with him after he brought it up the second time in Toledo on Monday. And I got some sense that, the truth is that really the part of the reason Joe Biden keeps saying this is because he'd really like to kick Donald Trump's butt.
Yeah. And also, look, this is the most direct engagement. He's been a critic of Trump, but is one of the few times, maybe the only time, Trump's responded to him directly. And I think we all know that Joe Biden would like to go out here and end this cycle as a big player, and this gets him in colloquy with the Republican nominee.
Right. That's a huge thing, right? I mean, Biden, the reality is that he's out there doing yeoman's work on the campaign trail, arguing the case for Hillary Clinton, arguing the case for down-ballot Democrats, but often in front of relatively small crowds, lusty crowds, but small crowds. This put him squarely in the national news narrative this week, and that is where Joe Biden loves to be, especially in the closing 2 weeks of a campaign.
And it does, for Biden watchers, whet the appetite for what might have been, had Biden been the Democratic nominee. The back and forth between Donald Trump and Joe Biden would have been quite something.
Donnybrook.